Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions of Betcraft. It is another beautiful day, and you are highly welcome. It is Champions League night, Champions League days, and we have Champions League matches, dominating our predictions today, on Betcraft. All right, and we have these games lined up already. We have the statistics of these very matches. We make our verdict based on the, results of the past, of the recent past for each of these teams. Bring them all together, and we are able to come up with, good verdict for each of these matches. All right, we'll be doing that in a short while. But I want to ask, of course, you will come across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe, to take our time to hit the button right now so that you won't be missing out on our games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. All right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we'll be starting the first game for the day. It is Lille who will be coming up against Borussia Dortmund. All right, looking at recent games for Lille, in the last 6, they've been able to achieve 3 victories and 1 draw, but have lost 2 matches out of those 6 games. And away side, Dortmund have had 2 wins and 2 draws, as well as 2 losses in the last 6 matches. All right, when you look at how these teams are fared, from home and away perspective, you can see playing from home, Lille have done very well from home, having won 7 matches and 2 draws in the last 10 home games, and they've also had 1 loss. And away side, on the other hand, Borussia Dortmund have had 5 victories and 1 draw in the last 10 away games, but they've also lost 4 matches out of those 10 away matches, and they have so far. And on head-to-head basis, you can see that the last time the both teams met was actually last week. In the first leg of this very tie, we saw both teams playing out a 1-1 draw on that occasion. But also taking into consideration the fact that Lille have done so very well from home in this year's Champions League, not lost a single match from home. We'll be expecting Lille to not lose in this very encounter. All right, we will expect to see, the home side either winning or draw in this very one. Home win or draw, that's our value for that very game. All right, and the next, also in the Champions League, we'll have Aston Villa, who will be welcoming Club Brugge. All right, Aston Villa have had 4 wins and 1 draw, and also 1 loss in the last 6 matches that they have so far. And Club Brugge, on the other hand, have won 2 games and 2 draws, and also lost 2 games out of the last 6 recent encounters. All right, and when you look at how they fared on home and away basis, playing from home, Aston Villa have actually won 6 matches and 4 draws. They've not lost any single match in the last 10 home matches, all right? And the Wayside Club Brugge have managed to achieve 4 victories, and they've also had 4 draws, but have lost 2 matches in the last 10 away games that they have so far, And the last meeting for both sides, which happened last week, we saw, Aston Villa doing so very well against Club Brugge on that occasion, winning from away by 3-1 on that occasion. And that tells you a lot that in this very encounter is quite going to be, quite exciting. We're not ruling out the possibility of something happening here, because we saw Club Brugge doing so very well, against Atlanta and some other teams, before prior to this very last week match. So we expect to see, a very explosive encounter here, and we expect goals as well. And it is a minimum of we're supposed to see both sides scoring actually in this very one. So goal match, both sides to score. That's what we expect for that very game. All right. And that takes us to the next for today. Also in the UEFA Champions League, where we have Arsenal FC, who will face PSV of Holland. And then you're looking at Arsenal, you can see that they won 2 games in the last 6 matches and 2 draws, but have also lost 2. And PSV have had 2 wins and 1 draw, losing 3 matches in the last recent 6 games that they have so far. All right, when you look at how this team is fared, on home and away basis, you can see that playing from home, Arsenal have been able to achieve, 5 victories in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. They've also had 3 draws, but have lost 2 matches. We saw Arsenal losing out to, West Ham, in the last home game that they had by 1-0 on that occasion. And the away side, the PSV have won 3 games and 1 draw, and they've also lost 6 games in the last 10 away games that they have so far. That tells you that PSV does not do very well from away. But also what you've mentioned is the fact that for PSV, they've been scoring a lot of goals, and you can see that the last 5 away games that they had have also produced over 3.5 on 4 occasions out of 5, but they've seen over 2.5 in all 5 away games that they have so far. And for Arsenal FC, we saw that Arsenal, have been doing so very well from home as well. Despite they lost to West Ham, they've actually done very well in the last 10 home matches. And on head-to-head basis, you can see that Arsenal actually won this very tie from away the last time both teams met, which was last week, winning by 7 goals to 1 against PSV. That's a lot of goals in that very encounter. So PSV have a lot of work to do, and actually it's assumed they'll be waving their Champions League, John, a goodbye, because after considering that number of goals, from your home soil, so it's a lot of goals to overturn. So in this very one, we will expect to see goals as well. A minimum of 3 goals appearing in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's what we expect for that very encounter. All right, the next game, the last game in the Champions League for today is actually Atletico Madrid, facing Real Madrid. The most exciting match amongst all of them. And when you look at for Atletico Madrid, for the home side, the last 6 have been able to achieve 2 victories and 2 draws. They've also lost 2 games out of those 6 different encounters that they have so far. When you look at Real Madrid, the away side, they've won 5 games and they've also, had 1 loss in the last 6 recent games that they had. When you look down to how the teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see that Atletico is a side that does so very well from home, winning 8 games out of the last 10 home matches, and also having 2 draws out of those 10 home games that they had so far. This is a side that does so very well from home. 80% of the home matches, have resulted to a win for Atletico Madrid, despite whoever they are playing. And we look at Real Madrid on the other hand, is another very, very good side. Also, the Spanish Giants have actually won, 7 games in the last 10 away games. They've also had 1 draw, but have lost 2 matches. We saw them losing to Espanyol and also losing to Real Betis. Those are the 2 losses that they had in the last 10 away games. All right, and on a head-to-head basis, you could see that the last time both teams met, which was the first leg of this very tie, we saw Real Madrid beating this Atletico side at home by 2 goals to 1 on that occasion. But prior to that, we saw this side playing out, 1-1 draw on 3 occasions in a row. All right, playing a 1-1 draw. So in this very one, it is a difficult game to call. But in this very encounter, we'll be looking to expect the home side to rally against Real Madrid in this very one. Having seen that the home side have not really lost from home in a lot of games, and we'll be expecting Atletico Madrid to either win or draw in this very one. It is a home side to win or draw. That's what we expect for that very encounter. All right, that brings our predictions for you today on Betcraft to conclusion. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. Also remember to play responsibly. These are football matches. Sometimes there might be some level of surprises in football games. That has been happening. All right. That being said, there's no absolute prediction anywhere. It is what it is. There's also always that this is factor in there. So that means that tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions right on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.